What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Homie Hangout, where we help others move in excellence. And as you have probably heard already, Rene Enriquez, also known as Boxer, Mexican Mafia dropout extraordinaire from Artesia, has been granted parole. He's currently still incarcerated. He's at Ironwood. He will probably be there for a little while. Back in 2015, he said that if he was released, that he would go into the federal witness protection program, right? Because he feels his life is in danger, everything else. He has spent, I think, like close to 10 years already being a professional witness for prosecutors in dozens of state cases and federal cases all over the place. He has toured around and taught law enforcement all across the country, right? Obviously written a book. And so he feels in danger for his life. I don't blame him. But also, it's a way to help ensure that he's going to be supervised, right? And so it's an attractive sales pitch to the board when you say, hey, I want to go in the federal witness protection program. I'm not going to be in the sex offender registry because I'm going to be in the witness protection program. But I will be under the close supervision for the rest of my life of the U.S. Marshals, right? Because those are the ones that oversee the witness protection program. And the feds pay you, right? The government helps subsidize your new life. So he gets to come home to a house, a place to live, a new identity, the whole 9 yards. And the dude's a hustler, we know that, right? And so, happy 60th birthday to him. His birthday was, I think, like a week ago. And he's coming home. And the way that this happened was, so he went to board. When you go to board, you don't go to the full parole board, right? And so the board that recommended him for parole, they shot that to Governor Newsom. Governor Newsom has three choices. He can ignore their recommendation for parole, which means that after 6 months, he will get processed out, right? I believe it's that long. 120 days, I think, something like that. Maybe 90. Anyways, if the governor doesn't say anything, that's the same as accepting the recommendation of the parole board. Or the governor can deny it, right? And then there's a whole process that happens there. Or he can kick it back to the parole board and say, I want the whole, it's called en banc, right? I want the whole bank. I want everybody to vote on it. And the parole board has 21 members normally. I think right now they might only have 20. In fact, I'm pretty sure right now they have 20. So it got kicked back to the whole group. They have their monthly executive meeting. That's where they review this kind of stuff. So yesterday was their meeting. They reviewed it. And sure enough, I believe it was 12 of them that voted to go ahead and give him parole. And so now he is in the process of being released by CDC. But that doesn't mean the physical process. Where he's going, all that stuff has to be situated ahead of time. If he wasn't a high-profile informant, then he would probably go to like a halfway house or something to reacclimate, right? But given his status, that's not going to happen. So there you have it. He has been granted parole. He will be getting released from Ironwood at some point soon. I mean, it could be this week. It could be a couple months. I don't know how long that process takes. I'm sure that on some level there's been some work done in anticipation of this, dating back to I think like 2010, 2011. Numerous state and federal law enforcement agencies and prosecutors and everybody else was advocating for his release, right? And was writing letters of support for his release. Obviously it didn't happen, right? Governor Brown was not having it. And when Governor Brown had denied it, he said, look, even though he's really helped out the state and blah, 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 he's a security nightmare for wherever he goes. And that is a reason to keep him incarcerated. Now, the family of the lady that he wound up taking the life sentence for, that he killed, they came out, as they always do, right, at this particular family, and said they don't think that he's sincere about dropping out of the inmate, which I don't think is a very rational argument. He's pretty sincere, right? And that that they didn't feel like he had really taken responsibility because he still kept saying that the lady that he killed had some involvement with drugs. So, anyways, you're going back. That's what, like 19. I'll say that's like 1980s, late 80s, right? Because he went to the Bay in '93, and then he debriefed in 2003, and so I think he caught that case in the '80s. But nonetheless, there you have it. Help others move in excellence. That's what homies do. Help yourself at the same time because you're worth it, and help your community because they need you. I'm pulling back a little bit lately. I got some family stuff going on, but I want to throw my 2 cents in here on this issue. So you guys take care.